ICU ventilator. An ICU ventilator, also known as a mechanical ventilator or a respirator, is a medical device that helps critically ill patients breathe by delivering oxygen to the lungs and removing carbon dioxide from the body. It is typically used in the intensive care unit, ICU, to support patients who are unable to breathe on their own due to injury, illness, or surgery. ICU ventilators work by delivering air to the patient's lungs through a breathing tube that is inserted into the patient's mouth or nose, or through a tracheostomy tube that is inserted into a hole in the patient's neck. The ventilator pumps air into the lungs at a rate and volume that is customized to the patient's needs, providing the patient with the oxygen they need to survive. Many ICU ventilators are equipped with advanced features, such as pressure support ventilation and synchronized intermittent mandatory ventilation, which allow healthcare professionals to provide precise control over the patient's breathing. The ventilator may also be equipped with alarms that alert healthcare professionals to changes in the patient's condition or the ventilator's performance. ICU ventilators are typically operated by trained healthcare professionals, such as respiratory therapists or critical care nurses, who closely monitor the patient's condition and adjust the settings of the ventilator as needed to ensure that the patient is receiving the appropriate level of support. Overall, ICU ventilators are an essential tool in the care of critically ill patients, providing life-saving support for patients who are unable to breathe on their own. They are designed to be safe, reliable, and easy to operate, and are an essential component of any intensive care unit. Modes of ventilator. There are several modes of mechanical ventilation that can be used on an ICU ventilator, depending on the patient's condition and the goals of the therapy. The following are some common modes of ventilator. 1. Assist control, AC. In this mode, the ventilator delivers a set number of breaths per minute, respiratory rate, and a set tidal volume with each breath. 1. The patient can also initiate additional breaths on their own, which the ventilator will support with the same tidal volume. 2. Synchronized intermittent mandatory ventilation, SIMV. In SIMV mode, the ventilator delivers a set number of breaths per minute, but the patient can initiate additional breaths on their own, which are synchronized with the ventilator's breaths. 2. The ventilator delivers a set tidal volume with each mandatory breath, but the patient's spontaneous breaths may be smaller or larger. 3. Pressure support ventilation, PSV. In this mode, the patient initiates all breaths, and the ventilator provides a preset pressure to assist the patient's inspiration. The patient controls the rate, depth, and timing of their breathing, and the ventilator provides support to ease the effort required. 4. Continuous positive airway pressure, CPAP. In this mode, the ventilator provides a continuous positive pressure to the airways throughout the respiratory cycle, which helps keep the alveoli open and improves oxygenation. 5. Bi-level positive airway pressure, BIPAP. In BIPAP mode, the ventilator provides two different levels of pressure: a higher pressure during inspiration to support the patient's breathing efforts, and a lower pressure during expiration to allow for exhalation. The specific mode of ventilation used will depend on the patient's condition and the goals of therapy. ICU ventilators are designed to be versatile and allow for the customization of therapy to meet the unique needs of each patient. Subscribe to watch more technical videos. Thanks.